Who remembers that awesome movie from the 80s, The Gremlins? Yeah, you guys remember it? Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite. Okay, so if you have not heard or seen The Gremlins, you must have been raised by wolves. Just kidding, just kidding. It was super popular. It's a Steven Spielberg film, and it's about this guy named Billy. And for Christmas, Billy gets a mogwai. That is a mogwai. And he names his mogwai Gizmo. And he got him from Chinatown, and there are only 3 rules. Oh, I forgot to tell you one of my rules. I love crowd participation. So if I ask questions, please shout them back at me, okay? Okay, so there were 3 rules for Gizmo. Somebody tell me one of the rules. Don't give him water. That's exactly right. Because when you give him water, he multiplies. What's another rule? That's right. Bright lights. He does not like bright lights. Whenever the bright lights turn on, he always goes, bright lights, bright lights. And then the last one was, I heard somebody say, don't feed him after midnight. That was the biggest one. I mean, the other 2 were pretty crucial, but the third one, you did not want to do that. Because if you fed him after midnight, they turn into these like big pus pods. It's really gross. And then they hatched. And when they hatched, they turned into that guy. Yes. And then they started wreaking havoc all over the town. Well, I want to tell you, we all have gremlins. We have gremlins, but they exist in our mind. No one is exempt from them. From birth until death, we will all always have gremlins. Now, unfortunately, I was not the creative mind behind calling our negative thoughts gremlins. That came from Dr. Brene Brown, and she is a researcher out of the University of Houston. Love her. She has researched vulnerability and shame. Check her out. She's fantastic. But I feel like not enough people are talking about gremlins, and that we have such a negative stigma about what goes on in our mind that we need to bring it to the forefront of everyone's mind. So gremlins. Gremlins are those nasty negative thoughts that pop into your head. A lot of us probably have the same gremlins, but some of us probably have our own. We have our own brand of negative self-talk. Whenever you walk out of a room, you think, oh my gosh, I sounded so stupid in there. Why did I say that? I know everyone in there is talking about me and talking about how stupid I am. You don't know that. You don't know that. But that's the thought that goes in your mind because that may be an insecurity of yours. Another gremlin could be, oh my gosh, I am so fat and so ugly. Like, yeah, that is harsh words, but we are not nice to ourselves. Nobody can beat us up as good as we can beat ourselves up. And you all know that I'm right. So some of my gremlins are, why do you think you can stand on this stage and talk? Who told you you could do that? You're not going to be any good at that. They're not going to receive that. That's a lie. That's a gremlin. So I want you guys to start thinking about some of the gremlins that you have in your mind and start bringing them out to the forefront and calling them out. Because first you have to be aware of what they are, and then we have to figure out a way to stop them. And then better yet, we need to find a way to prevent them. So that's the journey we're going on tonight. I'm going to show you one of, I would say it's probably